It's a Saturday afternoon, the rain is pounding on the roof. I guess that was summer the last couple of days. They were sunny, you see. Took Max to the beach. Max is curled up just down underneath the tripod. So all of a sudden the world tilts upside down, you'll know why. But anyway, everything can be made alright with beer. Oh yeah. Oh, that was nice. Wow. Right. Yeah. Okay, I'll just need to see if I'm still in the frame. Come on, you, back in here. Come on, in, come on. Never work with animals or children. Where are you going? He's away. Such a diva. Right, this is just one of those little update thingies. Just to sort of say where I am, what I'm doing, what to expect, what not to expect. Next up, because I'm going to need to start another kit, is this one. The Fokker, I love saying that because you can get away with swearing, but legitimately, the Fokker D.XXI. I bought this actually at Scale Model World last year, funnily enough at the same time when I bought the Rapoo. So I'm building my most recent kits. And it's, as you can see, it says duo pack. So there's actually two complete kits in this box. It's 1/48 scale. Special hobby. I've never built a special hobby kit before. And originally when I bought it, it had these big yellow stickers indicating that there was only two that you could build. But from what I can see, the decal sheet has all those decals and all the parts are present. There's two variants. There's these three here, which have the Wasp twin engine, twin cylinder, two banks of cylinders, and this one which has the Mercury engine, and this has the slightly enclosed cockpit. This one has a completely open cockpit. So I'm going to build this one first. I'm not going to build like a tandem, you know, the two variants at the same time. I'm just going to build this one first, and then at some later stage build one of these ones, and this is the one I'm going to build, red one, Finnish markings. I just like it because the swastikas, the Finnish swastikas are blue, you've got the yellow and you've got the red, so you've got all the primary colours there, so it'll make a nice, and of course the green, red and the grey, the green, black and the grey I should say. It should look like quite a nice little kit. Now I'm going to build this one out of box because the box actually comes complete with resin engine and a Fretto photo etch for the instrument panel and some various details here and there. So it is a mixed media kit, and it's actually a very nice kit, I have to say. Some nice surface detail. I think a lot of this plane is fabric and wood, so there's not an awful lot in the way of panel lines other than on the fuselage. You've got the nice fabric detail at the back here, kind of, you know, similar to, like I say, a Hurricane or something, and a nice satiny type finish on the wings. It's one of these aircraft that, because obviously it's a fabric fuselage, it has this internal framework. I've just realised the front door isn't open and the dog's just gone outside and it's raining. My guess is probably right here. Oi! Where are you? Come here. Come here. Come. Just take your time about it, why don't you? Come on, over here. Over here. Max, come. Come on, over here. Lie down. Lie down. That's a good boy. Good boy. Right, lie down. Come on. Good boy. So, as I was saying, would you excuse me for just like one moment, please? As I was saying, because this is one of those aircraft that has a fabric covered fuselage, there's an internal framework structure around the cockpit, which is made up of all these lattice works, and you can see there's lots of little straight pieces that make up the grid work, which is very, very the instructions don't really show you exactly. It's just a mass of lines and whatnot. So fortunately there's a lot of online builds that actually show how this thing should look, so I'll probably follow them rather than the actual instructions. But because there is a little hint of flash, and all flash is really is an extension of the seam lines, which I always remove anyway, so whether the thing's flashed up to the hilt or not, it doesn't matter, because I have to go through that process, as I say, of sanding down the seam lines. Now the thing is, because these are basically just lots of little lengths of straight rod, I might just replace these with, you know, styrene, strip styrene, evergreen or whatever. And because only a few of them have locating pins on them, I think I can see one here, there's one here, that's it. So God knows how they actually attach. I may replace them with aluminium tubing as well. I don't know, we'll wait and see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next. As I say, out of box, because it comes with resin and photo etch anyway, so it will be nicely detailed. The only thing I'm disappointed with is the fact that the canopy is one piece. Although it's a beautifully clear canopy, and it's a nice looking canopy, I have to say, so it might look quite nice closed, you know, rather than whatever. I don't know, I don't think it slides, it might be a hatch of sorts, where the whole thing, just like the Messerschmitt does. Because I don't think I've actually built a kit yet where I haven't had the canopy open, have I? Messerschmitt, the Spitfire, the Dauntless, the two Russians, the Rapoo, the Zero, the Thunderbolt, the Stuka, like all of them had their, there must be one of them, the Typhoon, that has an open canopy on it. Oh, the little Japanese thing, the Bob, Kawasaki Bob, the What If, that had a closed canopy, didn't it? That was a vac form canopy. But because the canopy is very, very clear, I might just leave it closed. It could be part of my education, building out of boxes with a closed canopy. Or re-education, I should say. So yeah, that's if it can be cut, I don't know. I'll wait and see what happens. So that's what's up next, and I'll do this version here, number 1, red one, because I say all the parts are present, all the decals are present. So that should be quite nice. Quite looking forward to this one actually. As for where I am with everything else, that's a different story altogether. The Interceptor, the Angel Interceptor, or Viper. To be honest, I'm kind of set on doing the other engines now, because, and when am I ever 100% happy with anything I do, I really am all that enamoured with the engine that I've come up with. I mean, it does look like I've stuck lots of things together without any sort of real cohesive thought process behind it. So I might do, and also now that I've put the fuel tank in behind the cockpit, which is where it's meant to be, technically that engine doesn't fit, so I might have a go with the twin turbine. And I was never happy with the way I got the plumbing. It looked a bit too random. I'd like to get a more uniform sort of, all the piping and everything that covers an engine. So, and it's just a simple case of kickstarting that one again. The Heracles, I'm still trying to figure out how to satisfactorily do the glazing to the way I want it, and I don't want to just do anything. I want to wait till I've figured out the right way to do it, because I'm down to my last 2 fuselage halves, so I don't want to screw that one up. So as soon as I figure out how to do that, I'll get back on that one again. The X-Wing, technically it only has about 2 or 3 hours worth of work to go on it before it's completed, but the thing is, I've been kind of weathering it the way I weather my aircraft, you know, like along the panel lines, and that's not really the way Star Wars vehicles are weathered. If you look at the movie, or you're able to get pictures online, you'll see that there's lots of different variations from the panels themselves as opposed to the panel lines. I haven't really done that. I've got an overall flat finished, or overall uniform finish. So what I need to do with that is go back to it and mask off a lot of panels and spray them up, mask off another set of panels, spray them a different colour, and just keep doing that until I break up the whole surface area. And it's just the thought of doing that that's keeping me from doing it. As for the MB200, the big old ugly mother, the Aero, it's just one of those kits, because it's such an old kit. every single piece of plastic in it needs something done to it, literally, and I'm not joking when I say that. And again, it's just one of those kits that you really have to be in the mood to do. I'm not, how many times have you heard me say this? I'm not really happy with the way I've painted up the interior, although I think it's fairly accurate in terms of colour scheme and whatnot. It just looks a bit bland, that's all. So, yeah, I'll get back to that one eventually, I suppose. As for the Hellcat though, estimated time of completion has just been pushed back quite considerably because Albion Alloys on their Facebook page posted a link to a website that shows you how to achieve a stressed skin effect, which is something I really, between that slightly sheeny, shiny look that I was trying to achieve with the Repou, and I think we did that with the Lavochkin as well, by polishing, either polishing up matte or polishing down gloss. The other thing I've always wanted to achieve was that stress, that ripple, you know, skin effect. And this website, this website shows you how to do it, and it looks quite an involved process and time consuming as well. And I'd like to try that with the Hellcat because it has a lot of rivet lines on it, and it's the perfect subject for that type of effect. I've already riveted it, but you know, I'll have to do it again, I'll have to do it again. So, and of course I've got a spare Hellcat, so if I really do screw it up, then fine, I've got another kit there. But, and then I suppose at some later stage, if I can get a cheap weekend edition of the 140, if I can use that with all the resin and photo etch that came in the Royale class kit anyway. So that's what I'd like to do with the Hellcat. So it might be a little while yet, because I'm going to have to pluck up the courage to get, I mean, you really have to go, you know, into the surface quite considerably. So it's going to be quite an experience, to say the least. So there we go. That's where I am on this dull, rainy, wet dreich. That's the Scottish word. Dreich just means miserable. Saturday afternoon, but we do have beer, and that is a huge compensation. You know when you get it just the right temperature? It's like when you're having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. It's maybe too hot to start with, and then as it cools down you just hit that right temperature and you just want to throat it. Well, that's the way that one is. It's just perfect. Anyway, all the best to you all. Keep modelling, keep making your videos, because it's brilliant. It's just, I don't watch television anymore. We have two TVs. We're a 2 TV family. We've got a 32-inch LCD thing in the living room that we never ever go in there because we're always in other parts of the house, so we never ever watch that TV. And we've got a 42-inch plasma that isn't even connected to an aerial, or antenna as you call it in the States. Hate television. It's awful. It's dreadful. Much rather be here on YouTube watching you guys and learning from you guys. I mean, Alex modelling, using mud to actually weather your vehicle, and it'll look fantastic, superb. Because the next time I ever build a tank, no, the next time when I do build a tank, which I will, and I promise you I will, I'm going to try that. I'm going to go out into the garden, I'm going to get some dirt, and I'm going to get the PVA glue, and I'm going to weather it with mud. And as I said in my comment to him, what better way to achieve a mud effect than using mud? Perfect. Anyway, I'll get offline and let you go and do something a little bit more important instead. Anyway, salut and happy modelling.